team, Nicole Cooper here, and today is actually Tuesday, August 14th. So I've missed a couple of days of shooting the videos because, once again, cleaning off this hard drive, you know, that's something I'm going to blog about. But I want to get straight on into the announcements really quickly and make sure that we're up to par with what's going on. Please make sure you're plugging into the videos that Tracy is doing also, because she's been giving some amazing announcements and giving you guys some assignments that are going to actually explode your business. So a couple of things that I want to announce. San Diego, we actually have a running list going right now for people to get roommates. So make sure you fill that out if you need a roommate. And if you have not gotten your ticket, guys, go and get your ticket. It will be the game changer that's going to boost your business and can potentially add an extra 2 zeros per month to your bank account. You know, Dave and Dave have a vision of generating a $30,000 earner every 24 hours. And I've never been in a company that had the potential to do it like Empower Network. If you don't take this seriously, guys, it may be, you know, 6 months from now where you see some of the people who you started with, some of the people that you chatted with on Facebook, some of the people that, you know, you kind of encouraged them with their messages, with your messages on Facebook and things like that, and interacted with them, where they're actually at $30,000 a month. And because you did not take it seriously, you missed out on being one of them, and you might feel discouraged or kind of delayed because something got in your way and caused you to lose focus. You know, one of the things that I said this morning when I got up is, Nicole, listen, you know, we have to get very zoned in on getting the results that we want. And what that means is no matter what distractions come your way, no matter what setbacks come across your lap, you're going to have to disregard them, and you're going to have to keep it moving because you have so much opportunity before you, and you don't know how often or when the next opportunity like this will come again. So let's take this thing seriously. With that said, guys, I want you to create a level of intense focus. We have the 1K blueprint back there. It does say 1K per month, but we're going to actually get all that stuff changed. We're not even worried about that. We're focusing on the 1K per day. With that said is, I need you to print that out, and I need you to stick to your guns on doing those tasks every single day. You know, success comes with consistency. It's not about trying to spread yourself and do 50,000 things in a month to see which one is going to hit. It's about doing the same thing every single day consistently so that you can produce results. It's called The Slight Edge. If you never read that book, you need to get it. You know, if you take a penny a day and you double it every single day for 30 days, you end up at a few $1 million. And that's just how this business works. You know, a couple of activities here, a couple of activities there, kind of doubled every single day. You consistently do those activities, you're going to get yourself to making a generous amount of money. That's just the result of what I've done in this industry in the past 5 years. And now the money is doubling and tripling, and it's coming so much easier because I've been consistent in my efforts. So today, guys, is just a little kick in the butt saying, all right, guys, let's get back focused. You know, a lot of us are trying to dodge the things that's going to actually give us the results that we want. But this process is about facing and encountering your fears. It's about being intimidated. It's about being a little scared about, oh gosh, am I going to have to step outside of my comfort zone? Because in actuality, you will. Stepping outside of your comfort zone will get you closer and closer to accomplishing your goals, because now you're growing, you're maturing. You know, we talked about, I was sharing on a call last week about having a monotonous life. You do the same thing every single day. It's predictable. You already know what's going to happen with that. But what if you went wholeheartedly for 90 days? What if you put your all into this thing? You don't know what's going to happen, but the beauty about that is you don't know what's going to happen. You know that it's not going to be like your humdrum life has probably been for the past however many years, where you knew what to predict and you knew what to expect. And so I want you to change your mindset today. I want you to think about all the things that have been holding you back, and I want you to make a commitment to do what it takes over the next 90 days to go full force with Empowered Network. And I want you to see what can happen. Now, what if you don't get to $1,000 a day and you just so happen to get about $500 a month? How bad would that be? You know, oh gosh, I only made 15 grand this month and not 30 grand. Think about that. 90 days of activity getting you to that place. So if you can put forth the effort, you can condition your mind to do that. Do the things that are going to get you to that step in that process, then what do you have to lose? Absolutely nothing. So that's my update for today is, can you make the mental commitment to do what it takes in the next 90 days to get the results that you want? With that said is, you need to be in San Diego. You need to go and buy your ticket right now. If you don't have a hotel room, you need to partner up with some folks by putting your name on that list, and it can reduce the cost of being there. You also need to go out and do the activities today. One of the things that I'm excited about is I'm starting to blog, to journal my entire process. I'm actually sharing my earnings. So this is going to be something where you get a sneak peek on to see what I'm doing, because transparency is what leads to success. A lot of people don't believe in our industry because they don't actually have anybody saying, hey, here's what I earned today. Let me show you how I earned it. If people see that more often, what's going to happen is they're going to say, I want to be connected to them because I want the results that they have, and they're already showing me how they're doing it, so why not join them in their business? Transparency is probably one of the biggest secrets to success on the internet, because it makes you tangible, it makes you real, and it also makes people feel like they can trust you. So if you're stuck with blogging and you have no idea what to blog about, in our coaching calls, I've had a great opportunity to connect with so many of you guys, and I tell you, stop worrying about how to make money online blogging posts. You know, Kristen and I had a great conversation last week. She's a foodie in Philly. You know, she loves to go out to restaurants and try different foods. I said, why don't you blog about that? Why don't you kind of share some of the top restaurants of Philly? Why don't you share some of the places not to go? Why don't you turn your blog into a review site and you call it the Foodie in Philly? Now, it was corny, but it's an idea to say, connect to your personal inspiration. Remember, you're moved by two emotions: desperation, inspiration. A lot of times we're blogging and doing things out of desperation because we're like, oh, I hope I get a sign up. But if you go ahead and you move by inspiration, by the things that inspire you, the things that you're thinking about throughout the day that you want to build on, your vision, your excitement, your goals, your passion. If you allow those things to be the driving force behind what you talk about on the internet, guys, you're going to be way more attractive because you're not trying to pretend to be someone. If you look at me on my videos, you see that it's genuine, it's authentic, I'm passionate, I'm driven, I get excited, you know, I'm animated, because this is what I eat, breathe, and sleep. Around the clock, this is what I do. So it becomes very natural for me to talk about it on the video. And I want you guys to feel the same way about whatever it is that you do. You know, it might be being a stay-at-home mom. It might be the fact that you are trying to transition into working from home. It might be that you love to do movie reviews. Whatever it is, let that be the attraction force to the people who are just like you but want to be like you and still make a substantial amount of money. You know, I've learned in this world, everybody has something that they have a different interest in. Everybody has something different that they pursue from a professional standpoint, from a hobby standpoint. You know, we all have different interests. Some people like cycling and biking. Some people like running. Some people like gaming. Some people like movies. But at the end of the day, everybody has to work for money. Everybody has bills to pay. So our industry is no different. People might be attracted to you because you're a gamer, but at the same time, they want to quit their job so that they can focus more on becoming a gamer, a blogger that talks about gaming. I want you to tap into your passion, guys. Tap into who you are. Tap into your knowledge base. Tap into the very core things that are on your mind day in and day out that you've had bottled up inside of you and you're holding back from this online world. Once you start tapping into those things, you're going to position yourself to be explosive on the internet, because people who are just like you will be drawn to you, and guess what? They're going to want to make money with you. So that's my update for today. You know, I should have a list of stuff to talk about, but it's been so much stuff going on behind the scenes that I just want to kind of send you a brief message to say, listen, zone in, 90-day blitz. Let's get this thing going. We only have 40 days, less than 40 days to get to San Diego, but I want you to think about the 90-day blitz of going hardcore to do what it takes to make it happen. It takes 21 days to create a habit, and I want to ask you, what habits have you created in your life? In Og Mandino, we talk about, I will become a good slave to good habits. I will become a slave to my good habits. What have you been doing to alter your bad habits to implement the great ones that's going to actually make you money? If you haven't been consistent in anything, guys, here's your chance. You know, here's your chance. If you look at the Olympics, so many people came home with gold medals, and they'll tell you that I feel like I've worked every day of my life for those 20 seconds that it took to get to that gold medal. Are you willing to do the work so you can take home the gold? That's my question for you today. And if you are, then 90-day blitz, let's stay focused, let's make this thing happen. So excited about all of the newbies that have joined us. I know personally I had Cindy Goodson join me, Shammy Keaton, and a couple other people. I'll actually do a shout out on tomorrow to all of our newbies. But guys, tell others, spread the word, and get people involved, because what we have in here is rare, it's exciting, and it's going to allow you to do some things and share some things with people that they've never experienced before. So I'll see you on tomorrow. Let's make some stuff happen, and talk to you later. Bye.